Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lissette Campos, Community Affairs Director with your Positively Tampa Bay. This afternoon, we've got a Hollywood movie star in our studios, a man who's defied the odds time and time again, transforming himself from a hardcore gang member to senior class president, going on to become an NFL player, a movie star, and now he's a national spokesperson to end domestic violence. We welcome to our studios Mr. Victor Rivas Rivers, who is visiting Tampa Bay this week to help raise money for CASA. Thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure being here. Thank you.
So many celebrities, tie themselves to a different cause, but not many of the men do domestic violence. Why domestic violence for you?
Well, I know that when I first became the national spokesperson for the National Network to End Domestic Violence, my Hollywood agent asked me how did I get that gig, and I told him that I lived it. I grew up in a home where domestic violence and child abuse took place on a level of torture. And this went on for 15 years, and it was at a time when there were no shelters, there were no hotlines for my mother to turn to. So I felt like this was my opportunity to raise awareness on the issue that it's not strictly a woman's issue, that it does affect the entire community. So, that's been my journey for the last 10 years away from acting.
And speaking of acting, you've been in a number of films. One of them is my favorite, The Lost City with Andy Garcia. You've also acted in the film Havana with Robert Redford, worked with many actors. We've got some video of you also in Star Trek and CSI 24. Do you ever have time off?
Yeah, actually, in our business, it's feast or famine, so you work, and then you don't work. So that gives me lots of time to, as an author and also as an activist on the issue of creating a more peaceful world.
Here at the station, so many of us have tried to learn how to approach someone, what to say when you suspect that someone is a victim of domestic violence or engaged in the act of doing it. How do you address it with a coworker or with a friend? Your coworkers are movie stars, movie producers. How do you talk about it on the set, or do you just not?
No, I mean, of course, my story is in print, so it's an open book in essence. But I think that in any situation where if you want to talk to a coworker or anyone, and you suspect that they may be going through it, I would say first find out what resources are in your area before you approach them, because that way you can say, listen, I can take you to this particular place or this shelter, whether it's CASA here in St. Pete or some other organization. But I think just know what the resources are, and that will help you sort of break that silence for them.
There's that stereotype that only families who are at a very low economic and academic level are victims of domestic violence, that doesn't happen with people who have money, people who are educated. Is domestic violence an issue in Hollywood?
Domestic violence is an issue in all communities across the socioeconomic spectrum. I've spoken in areas that are very affluent, and children there are witnesses and victims of family violence, of domestic violence within the households. 25% of homes in America have domestic violence in them, so that's 1 in 4 homes. So that isn't, that's not 1 in 4 poor homes. That's
Exactly.
1 in 4 homes. So it is something that's very prevalent in our communities.
Well, thank you for coming in today, and congratulations on your book, A Private Family Matter. We look forward to your keynote tomorrow at the CASA Breakfast. Take a look on your screen. The CASA's Peace Breakfast, this is the 14th year, happens tomorrow morning, December the 8th, from 7 a.m. to 8:30 in the morning. It's at the St. Pete Coliseum. For more information on how you can attend or how you can help CASA, please call them at 727-895-4912, or you can visit them online. Thanks for watching, everybody.